and podcast audio may be going. The link is shared about.
Yes.
I don't know how to get it to you for the Twitter, but it's on the it's on the winecellarmedia.com Facebook.
Right.
So I think if you hit share and you hit other options, it'll let you copy the link, and then you can put this on your Twitterino there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And what up?
Oh, did you hear about the Penn State professor?
Is it triggering?
Yes.
Then let's do this. Yeah, buddy.
Now, sisters and brothers, we know we got over by the blood, the sweat, and the tears.
That was sound check.
Sheroes and heroes, some whose names we know and some whose names we do not know. But I'm going to tell you something. We have been here before. Now, the only difference is we got some company, Rev. We got our gay lesbian sisters and brothers with us this time. We got our Hispanic, Asian, Native American sisters and brothers with us this time. I think Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King said we may not have gotten here on the same ship, but we are in the same boat right now.
In Father Teresa's Wine Cellar, we believe all oppression is intersectional. And this means our analysis of current events frequently includes discussion of difficult and explicit content. Any combination of the following topics could be included in our show: murder, rape, war, climate change, racism, sexism, violence, sexual violence, homophobic violence, heterocentrism, discrimination and abuse against individuals of nonconformist sexuality, domestic violence, child abuse, child rape, child neglect, elderly abuse, verbal abuse, police brutality, microaggressions, ableism, cyberbullying, genital mutilation, ideological extremism, and people just being total fucking assholes.
Alright, winecellarmedia.com. This thing that we called Father Teresa's Wine Cellar is the Black Podcast with Wine Cellar Media. Phoenix Kaliter is here at the other end of the table, and Phoenix Kaliter is indeed, neighbors, the Director of Communications on the board of SWOP, SWOP, Sex Workers Outreach Project. All right.
I'm not the Director of Communications.
Yeah, you are. Who just got interviewed for BuzzFeed?
This nigga just making up job titles for me. Y'all see this?
Why? Okay, Jan Loco, Theo Loco, that are posted up in the archive chat space. Why did BuzzFeed interview Phoenix Kaliter and not another member of the board?
Because I answered the call first.
Oh, it seems like you directly communicated. It wasn't a fax. No smoke signals.
No smoke signals.
No Morse code.
No Morse code.
Fucking verbal. And it was on the call, on the teleo phone.
Yes.
God damn, that sounds direct. It sounds like you directly communicated.
This nigga, y'all.
I would say that you even directed the communication.
Wow.
In general.
So finishing up headlines.
Yes, ma'am.
Washington State.
Yes, ma'am.
Fucking Washington State privileged motherfucker, you. They've become the first state to allow composting of human bodies.
All right, there you go. I mean, fuck cemeteries.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking cemeteries. You just be passing by them, and it's just like food could be growing there. Yeah. But instead there's embalming fluid and stones.
Right. So that's the idea. It allows licensed facilities to offer natural organic reduction, which turns a body mixed with substances such as wood chips and straw into about 2 wheelbarrows worth of soil over the span of several weeks. Loved ones are then allowed to keep the soil to spread, just as they might spread the ashes of someone who was cremated, but they can plant vegetables or even a tree.
Right, like...
That's kind of fucking cool.
When I die, I don't know, let some experimental drug heads smoke me. I don't fucking care. Like, let them roll up some William and blaze it.
Not even picking up your body from the morgue when you die.
Why not? Oh, yeah, but it costs a lot, huh?
You have to pay to bury somebody. You have to do something with the body.
So we have to pay to further make the planet shitty.
Yes, and it's like $5,000 for a fucking funeral.
All right, I do want to, because this episode is titled For Some Butt Work.
It is.
All right,
yes,
there is some butt work, but before we get to the butt work and then get to other stories behind that, I want to jump it off with Symone Sanders on Meet the Press.
Oh, God.
I know, we're joining in with all the lefty heads talking about this clip.
What the fuck was I gonna do? I was gonna do another headline, and we specifically played the trigger warning, but now I forgot what the fuck the headline was.
That's because everything we do is fucking triggering.
I mean,
even looking at the headlines I have in front of me, now, fatal police shootings could become a crime under a proposed California law. Folks don't get excited. And this is the homie loco, cis white woman, Brianna, and she posted this. She was like, hell yeah, she was like, this is good. And it's like, it's a proposed law.
yeah, well, it's good if it's implemented properly, right? Like, that's the catch.
Yeah.
Okay, so the headline I was as a Penn State professor, so what's like a fucking Ivy League school, right? Had a side job working with Uber and had kidnapped multiple women and like wouldn't let them out of his car. And apparently one of these women was like so terrified that he wouldn't stop the car, and he kept asking her if she was married or dating or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
And eventually, like, he wouldn't let her out, so she literally just, like, opened the car and, like, tuck and rolled into the fucking street. Because he wouldn't let her out of the car. And apparently he's done it to multiple women.
And Uber just, like... Because I would not be surprised if they left that in the review. And Uber was just like, yeah, he's eccentric.
Well, I told you about the fucking Lyft one, right? Where the, guy, like... It was a male driver and a female passenger, and he took her on some, like, fucked up route. And it wasn't, like, where she was supposed to go. It was supposed to be, like, 15 minutes to her destination. She was in the car for, like, an hour. And he kept telling her how pretty her eyes were and shit.
Yeah.
And, like, took her off the freeway into, like, some fucking, like, backwoods. And she, like, And eventually she's like, oh, look, my husband's emailing me, And then finally they end up at their destination. And she told Lyft, and all Lyft sent her back was, we've arranged it so that next time you use the app, he's not allowed to be your driver.
Yeah.
What about everybody else?
Nah, the other women will be fine. It was just you.
Right.
That's the thing about rape culture and misogyny.
It's your fault.
Yeah, once they get their energy out on one woman, they're fine. Mm-hmm. Now they're ready to be constructive and productive, these guys. Mm-hmm. There you go. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, how come men can't have their reconstructive rights? Fucking rowdy.
Yes. All right. So Symone... Oh, I'm sorry. Comments.
Yeah, Symone Sanders.
Fucking coonery and buffoonery.
Theo Loco said good fertilizer.
Just saying.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like, folks really don't understand. When we say rapists make great fertilizer, you may think you've seen some nice foliage in your day. You have seen fucking nothing until you've seen it with rapist soil.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, those flowers pop. I'm telling you, you don't need no damn Instagram filter for that shit.
Yeah, it's like fucking Garden of Eden and shit.
Oh my man, a dead rapist, man. The chlorophyll.
Whew.
Magnifico.
Exactamundo.
All right. Symone Sanders on Meet the Press. Mm-hmm. Let's see what's going on here.
Developing here, Yamiche. In the Democratic primary polling. We've had a couple of recent polls, and there's one undeniable trend. Bernie Sanders seems to be getting squeezed from two sides. Joe Biden got in, his numbers grew. Bernie Sanders got lower, and Elizabeth Warren has been growing. And in some ways, Yamiche, what was interesting, I think it was in the Monmouth poll, the less you were paying attention.
Now, what's interesting, it's a Monmouth poll and a Fox News poll, and also polls aren't worth a fuck because they only call me and old people.
Right. Right. Like, I would just like to see, like, if they like started texting polls. Like, just put up like 3 questions or something and just and text it to people. I just want to see if the results will be different.
But then again, people be blocking unfamiliar numbers. And that's why polling should just be, look, take some money from the Pentagon and just make actual fucking polling based on a person's social security number or state ID number. State ID, driver's license, these things have numbers.
Yeah.
say someone doesn't have a state ID, but they are 18 and they have a high school ID that has a number. That way you never pull the same person twice, and actually fucking pull the people, and maybe you'll know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
All right, Chuck Todd with his hair brushed forward over the receding. Let's see.
Attention, the more likely you were a Bernie Sanders supporter. The point being, Biden took a bunch of soft supporters. Warren with I have a plan for that is starting to get traction. Bernie seems to be a candidate all of a sudden trying to figure out how to get traction again.
Well, this is the dilemma of 2020 because Bernie Sanders in 2016 was the flagship progressive.
Damn, I totally fucked up. That's not Symone Sanders.
No, it's not. I was like, wait, I thought you were playing
Yeah,
the crime
that
bill clip. All right. I don't know what we're doing. Okay.
Right, how do you spell her name? S-Y-M?
S-Y-M-O-N-E, I believe.
Oh, N-E.
Yeah.
Sanders crime bill. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait, okay, I guess we're freestyling, nigga. What?
Well, Joe Biden is making his strategy pretty clear. To win the White House, he will have to win the Rust Belt battleground states.
And that's why in a few hours, he's holding a major rally in Philadelphia. This is the home of his new campaign headquarters.
Oh, you're not excited?
No, I'm not excited.
A Democratic stronghold in a state that Donald Trump took to cement his 2016 win. We're talking, of course, about Pennsylvania. And this is the final leg of his 3-week campaign kickoff. It's happening as he opens an even wider lead.
Where is this fucking clip?
CNN anchor presses Biden campaign. Oh, you know why? Because it's the whole clip.
Oh.
Yeah. It's the full fucking 7 minutes.
Got it.
Yeah, that's heavy-handed.
I will not do it.
We thank Arlette Saenz for that report. Joining us now to talk about this, Symone Sanders, senior advisor to the Joe Biden presidential campaign. Symone, hello to you.
Hello, Victor. How are you?
Very well, thank you. First, obvious question. You were the 2016 national spokesperson for the Bernie Sanders campaign. Why are you now on Team Biden?
Well, look, I think Vice President Biden is going to show everyone today exactly why I decided to join the campaign. Look, we are in a fight for the soul of this nation. And
Did you know we're in a fight for the soul of this nation?
I don't even know what that means. Like, fighting who? What soul?
The soul of the nation.
This racist ass, white supremacist, fucking land stealing, slavery holding ass nation?
With freedom. You left out the freedom. Like, people always mention the slavery, but they don't mention how free they were to pick that cotton. They could pick as much as they wanted. They actually had some cracking incentives.
That's horrible.
And I believe that...
But that really is bullshit. Let's hear her say that shit again. It sounds like she stumbles right into it because it has to be weird because you know what the fuck it looks like you're doing when you go from Sanders' campaign to a Biden campaign.
Right.
You know what that looks like.
Right.
Like, your answer should really just be, you know why? Because fucking bills exist.
Right.
Are you gonna pay them? No. Then,
But that would be an argument for Bernie for living wages and democratic socialism.
and she'd be like, are you gonna do smear campaigns against him so he can't win? Looks like that's never gonna happen. So I'm gonna do underhanded, grimy shit for the rest of my life. Done with faith. Fuck hope.
Well,
That'd be a good answer.
fuck hope. All right. A little fucking bleak.
Well, look, I think Vice President Biden is going to show everyone today...
And why do they keep calling him vice president? He's not the vice president anymore.
Right, that is a thing they do. Like when someone like Romney was not still a governor, but they still say Governor Romney. Mm-hmm. That shit is fucking goofy. Like that'd be like somebody walking up and they're just like, hey, inventory manager William. I do machines now. Different job.
Fucking weird.
Yeah. These are the ideas that were brought to the shore.
Exactly why I decided to join the campaign. Look, we are in a fight for the soul of this nation. And I believe that this is a pivotal point, just not in American history, but in the...
A pivotal point, just not in American history, all right? So this is a pivotal point, but not just in American history. And remember,
Well,
she's...
because we have fucking military bases across the planet.
That's right. Which are also American.
They are American. We're spreading freedom everywhere.
See? Fucking bald eagles and shit. And remember, all this is answering the question of why the Biden campaign. All this is answering that question.
Yeah.
World history. We have to make a decision about who it is that we want to be, where it is we're going to go. And I believe the vice president...
Now, hold on. She said it's not just America, it's world history. We have to decide who it is we want to be and where it is we want to go. These are all very specific things.
Well, we can tell everybody else where to go because, again, military bases.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But this shit is weird, man. All right. Symone Sanders keeps going.
Biden has the right vision to take us there. So I'm very excited to be on Team Biden. I'm excited to be here in Philadelphia, Victor. Okay? We are kicking off officially our
don't bring that
campaign.
black girl energy, nigga.
Yeah.
It's a little fucking late for that shit.
Oh, it sounds corny.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
And it's weird because you didn't do it until you got to that moment where you feel like, oh, man, okay, like I stumbled in, but now I'm nailing this interview. Okay. And, like, for the folks that could... that go to YouTube or wherever and see the video clip. She did like a shoulder bounce. Okay. God, like, I'm just waiting for fucking how tacky Kamala Harris is gonna be with the fucking trying to act like she's on a fucking step team somewhere in Compton. When it gets to the debates, she has some punchlines in the chamber. I guarantee you that.
She's practicing now.
Yeah, someone's writing her, and she is gonna do the tackiest fucking minstrel shit up there. It's gonna be ugly.
Today, really? And I really think what you're going to hear from the vice president is a bookend.
I didn't know you were going to say something.
I was going to say, like, does it count as minstrel shit if you're not actually a black American in the first place?
I think some white people did some minstrel show shit, and it was very cinematic. It was like a Fox News movie the way it happened.
Like Fox News movie the way it happened.
That's why that wasn't a mistake at all. That audio was supposed to play. Mm-hmm. I didn't accidentally click on Idiocracy.
What? Who did what? No, nigga. We professionals and shit in here.
On these themes that you've been hearing from us since he first announced that he is running.
All right.
He looks and sounds annoyed with this answer.
His eyebrows. Look at his fucking eyebrows. This nigga not having it.
Yeah, like, but nigga, you took a job at CNN. You know what the fuck you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much time with you, and I wanted to get that out of the way because I'm sure the viewers have that obvious question. But let me talk about the vice president here. And we heard from Senator Harris in that piece from Arlette about her refuting a claim that the vice president made this week that the 1994 crime bill that he wrote did not...
All right, because Harris... It's not in favor of shit like that. She's not in
favor of shit like that. Also, did you see Symone Sanders, the way she blinked when he said crime bill?
Oh... I did not.
She knows it's coming, and she's like,
here's this shit. Now get your black ass up there and say how them niggas had it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Contribute to mass incarceration. I want you to listen to former President Bill Clinton. This is President Clinton, who signed that into law in 2015.
I signed a bill that made the problem worse. And I want to admit it. In that bill, there were longer sentences. And most of these people are in prison under state law, but the federal law set a trend. And that was overdone. We were wrong about that.
President Clinton says that they were wrong about that.
Yeah, it was just overdone.
Overdone, like a steak.
even doing it at all, I'd say, is overdone. But then again, folks have heard this program. You know all the things we're gonna say. Mm-hmm. All right, right. That's probably not a good thing to say. Like, no, we got new shit. We got some new shit. We got. But that's why we have to do news and comment. We have to keep covering different things.
Right.
Like those programs, like where, like, how many times can you say we're atheists and Christians don't have evidence? I can't go through over 800 episodes of that.
Right.
That's why I barely click them niggas shit.
Right.
Like, I can't. Like, you hear me listening to Tom and Cecil sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
Senator Harris has said that it contributed to mass incarceration. Why is it Vice President Biden admitting what we're hearing from the former president?
Well, look, I think what we can go back to Vice President Biden's comments at the National Action Network breakfast in January, where he noted that the crime bill, by way of this disparity between crack and powder cocaine, trapped an entire generation of people. Look,
Black people.
No, just everybody.
Nigga.
Everybody. Do you know how hard that hit fucking Gunther in them?
Gunther and them.
It was really bad.
Mm-hmm. Genevieve and them.
Yes, and Apple and Moxie Crime Fighter, they all got hit real tough by that crime bill. Tanner, Taylor, Tucker, Tyler, all of them.
Kyler, Siler.
God, these are all real names.
Yeah.
I need to get in the employment business, start throwing some applications in the garbage. Okay.
Many people will tell you across the country, Victor, black folks included, that
Black folks included. Like, it affected people and also some niggers. A few of them.
A few of them.
Yeah.
that the crime bill and the reaction to what was happening in the early 90s. Now, look, I was only about 3 or 4, but I'm a student of history.
Are you, though? Because
Yeah.
you should know better if you study history, ma'am.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking cooning, buffooning.
The early 90s, like, I'm telling you, couldn't walk past a black person without them shooting you. They were all gangbanging, shooting each other in the face. I mean, wasn't there a show out like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Family Matters?
Very,
Like,
very violent.
they
Family
were
Matters was very violent.
They were showing you how it's done.
Yeah.
You saw all that fucking property damage Steve Urkel did?
He did do a lot of property damage.
That was a gangster little motherfucker. And then when the police tried to find him, this nigga changed his identity, said, I'm Stefan Urkel.
He did. And he lived with a cop.
See? Slick. And then where did he move to in the end with his parents? Russia. That's actually true about that show.
I thought he didn't actually move there.
Oh no, that's right, his parents moved
to
there.
Russia, yeah.
You see?
Russia.
And I'm telling you folks, if you go back and I think it's on Hulu, go back and binge Family Matters, the shit that they say about Russia, it's like, damn, that was so tacky. I was a child at the time. I did not contribute to this behavior or rhetoric, but I can go back and laugh at it now in the context of today's political scene. All right, Symone Sanders breaking it the fuck down. Remember, she was about 3 at the time. Wait, she was about 3? So she was born in what? She's like 6, 7 years younger than us?
I don't know.
And I guess that she's still a millennial, right? So basically, millennials
Do we
are...
have to claim her?
So basically, that's just how linear time works. But it's like millennials are so old that we get to see our peers selling out right before our eyes.
Yeah, she was born in 89.
Yep. So yeah.
Fuck, man.
We're literally watching our peers selling out. Millennials are joining the establishment. And I guess the best thing, you know what, how generations talk shit about the next generation younger than them? If I talk shit about Generation Z, it's going to be because, look, I see you about to sell out. You better not. You better
not.
fucking not. You better fight the power.
What was happening in the early 90s, the reaction was an overcorrection to a very real issue. But
it was real.
It was an overcorrection. Overcorrection. Like, and the fucking, like, sadism to talk about it like that. Like, people are locked up for decades. People are being raped in prison and committing suicide in prison and getting extra charges stacked up over bullshit in prison, right? Like we covered a story about a guy who, was in prison on some felonies, and because he snuck in a phone and was checking his Facebook, he got like another 10 felonies added to his sentence for like that. But you're like, it's an overcorrection. That is such a fucking sanitized way to talk about people who are dying, people who are being hurt, and you're like, well, it was just kind of an overcorrection or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
Human lives do not matter. Yeah, man.
Hashtag no lives matter.
Well, the ones signing the checks.
we are going to see some policy rollouts from our campaign very soon, Victor. I know folks have questions about...
Nigga, how the fuck you been in, what, Congress, Senate, all these decades, vice president, 8 years, and now just, what? I don't know if Biden's back in the Senate now. He is? So in the Senate, still after being vice president, and you don't have some damn policy somewhere on a Post-it note Nigga, on an Etch-a-Sketch, do you have policy on something? 3x5 note cards, nigga.
A word processor.
Jesus Christ, damn, I remember I started doing my homework on those. I thought I was the flyest nigga on earth. Fucking shit, man, a tweet. Bernie Sanders be tweeting policy daily.
Yeah.
Or his staff
and
does.
it's good that Mike Gravel is in the race because Gravel be like on Bernie Sanders' ass. He pushing Bernie left, and I'm fucking living for it.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, the 15-year-olds that run Mike Gravel shit, we keep
like
making them
18.
younger and younger. Yeah.
They're like 18 and 19, I think.
Do we actually know their ages?
I actually think one is 18 and one is 19. Yeah.
Fresh. Yeah, because they're snarky like whoever runs, what is it, the Wendy's account?
Yeah.
The Wendy's hamburgers? Them niggas be talking shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's happening. All right, Symone Sanders breaking it the fuck down. I'm going to run it back a few seconds, give it a good running start here.
But we are going to see some policy rollouts from our campaign very soon, Victor. I know folks have questions about what is Vice President Biden's criminal justice policy.
Is it now
and those are going to come.
Now
but I mean,
the campaign's policy.
Yeah, she's learning how to gish gallop. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically, you know what's going to happen, yo? Because, I mean, look at it. She's, right? She looks like a tall person.
Yeah.
Symmetrical face, a handsome person, if you will.
Yeah.
She wears a sharp haircut.
Yeah.
Right? Very good, very well blended makeup.
Yes.
Very NYX Cosmetics-y, if you will.
Okay.
All right, Team Evie Oddly. Mm-hmm. We'll take Brooklyn Heights if that's what we get. We don't do slumpy garbage.
We do not.
And
no.
You know, and she is a handsome woman. Yeah. She speaks well.
Yes.
And she's obviously down with the establishment. She's going to get a job in punditry.
Oh, she already had a job at CNN after she left the Bernie Sanders campaign.
Shitting damn.
Yeah.
Check it out. That's how much William knows when he's doing all these overtime hours.
Yeah, she's like a regular commentator on CNN as a political strategist. Because there was like something that went down. I don't know exactly what happened because nobody's talking about it, but I think she got fired from the Bernie Sanders campaign.
Whoa.
Like, there was, like, a thing, and she was like, no, I left from my own will, but she left before the election was over?
What's the chisme?
Right, I would love to know. Dime al chisme, dígame. But, yeah, so... And then she went straight to CNN, so it's like,
My lefty heads, what's going on? Chelsea Sprangler, somebody, Kristen Knowles, somebody tell me something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody say words to me. What is this? Mm-hmm. Holy shit. When I said, what's the chisme? For those of you who are not bilingual like I am, that's gossip in slang among blue-collar folks from Mexico. Okay, so
or just anybody who speaks Spanish, because Puerto Ricans also say chisme and chismosa and chismosa.
Say word.
Yes.
So you think it may actually be from Spain and it's not just this hemisphere evolving the language?
I don't know if people in Spain say it. I do know that, like, universally in my experience across Latin America in general, everybody knows what chisme means.
That's a fair deal. You see, and even that right there is the chisme.
That is the chisme.
Yeah, we should rename this program.
That's the chisme, which is, you know, the equivalent of, like, what? That's the tea, right?
Yeah,
That's the tea. It's the chisme.
Negro-centric chisme show. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, Symone Sanders breaking it the fuck down. Do another running start.
Mm-hmm. Some policy rollouts from our campaign very soon, Victor. I know folks have questions about what is Vice President Biden's criminal justice policy.
Gish gallop.
Those are going to come.
Now
but I mean,
the campaign's position that the crime bill did contribute to mass incarceration?
Victor, I think the vice...
Why? That yes. Child, please.
And she sat there silent for a while, like this is the shitty part of this job, where it's just like fuck. But apparently, this is maybe how to get to the next promotion.
Right.
This is just that stepping stone. This is that bullshit. Right. Like I think for me, like having to go through the process of learning a new machine room it's that bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just like. Because for one, I'm learning from these bitter Gen Xers that assume I make way more than I do.
Right.
I totally don't make what they think my ass is making. They think I'm over $20 an hour and shit.
I wish.
You know, and it's like fucking no. And then also, This is not a very multicultural workplace I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck they're saying.
Yeah.
And Theo Loco in the archive chat space said the 411, which I think that was also a telephone service. I don't know if that still exists.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was like telephone Google.
Yeah.
You could just be like, hey, man, how tall is Mount Rainier? And they'd be like, man, that's like 14,000 feet. That's how
Really?
they talk on 411. It's something like that. I think it's like 14,000. I know you. Fact check it. Go ahead. All right. But yeah, Symone Sanders bringing the real deal. Let's hear that again. Because, like, she had a silence like, this is the bullshit. But then it's like she had that laugh like, I don't actually give a fuck.
Did contribute to mass incarceration?
Silence.
Victor, I think
And the way she said his first name, like, Victor, we talked about this in the donut room before the segment. You know I don't give a fuck.
I'm being paid not to care, Victor.
Vice President, his comments speak for themselves. What is very clear is
But his comment was that it does
has,
not contribute to mass incarceration. The former president who signed it said it did.
Look, Victor, if we play the whole clip, what he also said was, his comment was, what he also said was that the majority of folks that are incarcerated were incarcerated at the state level.
And there's a reason for that. Let me put up.
Yeah, it's trying to do that Gish Gallop, and he's cutting her off. And it's like, yeah, at the state level, and then but Billy Clinton just said that the federal one set off the trend.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well, they incentivized it, right?
Yeah. But then again, the prison system already existed, and it's just shit. Like,
Further incentivized it.
prison. Fucking just European nonsense.
The truth in sentencing incentives here.
And I mean, there is a reason for
But
that.
there's a reason. Let me put it up. Let me
put
it up on the screen, guys. The truth in sentencing section of the 1994 crime bill.
The way she pursed her lips.
I wish we had better video.
And I mean, there is a reason for
But
that.
there's a reason. Let me put it up. Let me put
it.
it up on the screen, guys. The truth in sentencing section of the 1994 crime bill. This is page 21. It incentivized.
I feel like, nigga, you gonna actually pull up the fucking bill? Fuck you. But yeah, here we go. 1994, Truth in Sentencing.
It offered billions of dollars to build new correctional facilities if states would increase the percentage of convicted violent offenders, increase the average prison time, increase the percentage of the sentence was there. Did this bill not incentivize putting more people in jail and keeping them there longer?
Oh shit, she's doing another one of her pauses. Hold on, let's get ready for that one. All right, here we go.
More people in jail and keeping them there longer.
Victor, I am not going to sit here and tell you the crime bill was perfect. There was some.
Hey, don't.
The question was it perfect? The question was, did it increase mass incarceration? That was the whole fucking question.
He's letting the perfect be the enemy of the good. Or what is it? The good be the enemy of the perfect? What's that phrasing? That
purity politics. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, when really, and that's the thing. We gotta watch them because that's their projection bullshit. Because they actually have purity politics.
Yeah.
They want you to be purely centrist. They want you to be purely partisan. They're heavily pure.
Yes.
All right, let's see.
Really great preventative things that it did. It took on the NRA, and then there was an overcorrection. What you're describing was an overcorrection. There was a reach. Some folks went too far. The bill wasn't.
Hey, there's a lot of folks out there.
Torture some folks.
You torture some folks. Sometimes folks go too far and imprison some folks.
You gotta imprison some folks.
Yeah, but we're not in prison, so it can't be that bad.
Can't be that bad.
No. Yeah, for those of us who aren't there and are rich.
Perfect. Republicans fought to put a lot of things in that bill. Democrats fought to get a lot of things out of the bill.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. They were fighting.
Joe Biden was fucking bragging that he was siding with the Republicans on that bill.
No, fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs.
Yeah, they were in there, man.
I think we need to start making that like a mandatory thing. Like, you're not allowed to be in Congress unless you want to punch a nigga in the face.
They actually used to do that. I learned that on the Stuff You Missed in History Class podcast, which is part of the How Stuff Works network.
Yes.
Yeah, like folks would actually fucking fight.
Yeah, they should.
End of the day, Victor, at the end of the day, no one is suggesting that what has happened, what has ravaged communities over the last 27 years does not need to be fixed. No one is suggesting that there's not a real issue. There's not a real problem or a real issue.
Out? Yeah, so basically, but you're saying no one's suggesting it shouldn't be fixed, but who's suggesting that it should?
Right, exactly. Like, I have yet to see anybody put up a platform of, and this is how we're going to start decarceration, and this is who we're going to let out.
Decarceration?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever heard that prefix used like that.
Oh, yeah, decarceration.
Fresh.
That's a thing.
And I'm here to tell you that Vice President Biden will roll out, you'll see a criminal justice policy soon. We are going to continue to have this conversation about the crime bill throughout the campaign trail. But we're also going to put forward some policies, Victor. So just wait and see. Give us a minute. Wait and see.
We will look forward to those.
And then she did the fucking...
Give us a minute. Okay,
yeah,
sister
check
girl.
out how black I am.
Okay, sister girl.
So what are you doing with your 4 more years of Trump? So apparently Democrats plan on losing again.
I'm just gonna outlive that nigga because I cannot fucking die while he is still alive. Like, I refuse, and that's the cheesy thing.
Yeah, because they got to do it. All right, so we got some butt work here.
We do have some.
Did you check the height of Mount Rainier? No.
No,
you didn't. She didn't take that one serious. All right. Yes, ma'am.
I'm like trying to like rework my show notes now because that was like really long. It was really long. I thought it was gonna be. So I guess just as a headline, vote blue no matter who.
Yeah.
Is very important. Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont is a Democrat.
Yeah.
Who grew his fortune through the telecommunications industry, is stonewalling a bill that would establish Connecticut as the first state in the nation to make calls from prison free from incarcerated people to their families. Vote blue no matter who, niggas. Any blue will do. A healthy dog was recently euthanized because the owner put it in her will. She wanted the dog to be killed to be buried with her. Because fucking Europeans are goddamn sadists.
Whoa.
Yeah, right? Like, I don't even like dogs, but that's fucked up, right?
In the will to have the dog euthanized.
Yeah, so it could be buried with her. And the dog was perfectly healthy. And, like, not even, like, old, like, dying, like, old age.
Yeah, that's a little... no comment.
Yeah, seriously, like, that happened, and that's the whole thing. A Mississippi lawmaker punched his wife in the face. And he was one of the people who... put up one of these fucking abortion bans because sanctity of life. However, a police report says the South Mississippi lawmaker punched his wife in the face after she didn't undress quickly enough when he wanted to have sex with her.
Which means he took creating a new life very seriously. He was like, whoa, all right, let's get active. How the fuck do you comment on some of this shit? And that's why it's hard to cover Republicans. What is Theo Loco saying in the archive chat space? Said, I'm still hoping for Lee Harvey. Lee Harvey, was that someone running? Lee Harvey Oswald? That's the only way I know that name. Lace me up. Who was Lee Harvey? I done found myself ignorant.
So that Lil Nas X Old Town Road song that we hate. Because we hate everything the kids are doing these days in rap music. So he got a deal with Wrangler because the song did so well. And now white people are accusing him of cowboy cultural appropriation. And I think that's amazing that suddenly white people know what the fuck cultural appropriation is. That's a little fun.
I gotta say, for folks that are in like leftist, social justice-y circles on privately owned social media... You don't need to share any links or memes about how there were black cowboys. If you're in that is such a preaching to the choir thing.
You know what? If you're gonna do it, don't do it poorly. I've seen like generic ass shit about black cowboys, 1880, blah blah. No, nigga. If you gonna talk about give me some Compton cowboy shit. And I see y'all like shady ass motherfuckers who follow Reading in the Shade. I have shared shit about the Compton Cowboys. That shit gets like 2 shares and like 5 likes. Like, I try to, like, bring real shit, and people are not trying to. So if you're gonna, like, talk about black cowboys, bring me some real shit, okay? Don't do this fucking, like, whack-ass just as a gotcha to the fucking conservatives. I fucking hate that shit. It's sloppy.
Yeah. Actually, it's barely relevant to share that shit at all because right now, so everyone in your circles already knows, and conservatives don't fucking care.
Right. Right.
Yes, it's a wasted post. Like let's not do that with the bandwidth that the little bit of net neutrality we have left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am. Oh, Phoenix, we go trying to go through them dadgum deals right there.
I am. I have 3 funny stories and 1 serious story. Are we doing them all?
The butt one. We're supposed to be doing
Only
the butt one. Well, that's what we're supposed to get to next.
Okay.
Just because that's the title of the whole episode.
Aight.
The butt one. It's a real serious program. Yeah. And yet, nothing makes you want to shave more than having this camera angle with the Face Booze Live.
Oh, word.
Holy shit, I look fucked up. Yeah.
I dig it. So, nigga, you from Washington. How the fuck you say that shit?
Oh, Wenatchee.
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 Wenatchee?
Yeah, Wenatchee.
Why does it sound like fucking Italian? Wenatchee.
Yeah, it fucking does.
Get over here. Wenatchee.
Yeah, what is that? Like someone says, is that what you call a group of kids in Italian?
Right, like I don't know.
Nah, we got a whole fucking Wenatchee out here. Was it a birthday party?
Right, I don't know. It sounds fucking Italian. All right. So Wenatchee, Washington State. A man.
All right.
I hate the fact that like the whole story's in the first sentence, but I'm gonna read the first sentence anyway.
Fuck
a
it.
Man who hid narcotics up his rectum shot himself in the testicles recently, according to officials.
I think that was recently. Hey, just so you guys know, this is a very relevant story.
It's a very relevant story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you got to do that.
Sometimes you got to shoot yourself in the testicles for freedom.
Yeah, because thing is, like, there is no climate change, which means it's really cold. So you kind of got to heat the sperm up with a gunshot so that
Really?
they're warm and alive.
Really? That's what you're going to go with?
That's what he was doing.
I'm pretty sure that's not what he was doing. So, News Radio KPQ reports that Cameron Jeffrey Wilson, age 27, shot himself with a small pistol that was tucked into his front pocket on April 5th. Why do people refuse to use gun holsters? I would like to know. According to the...
Spent all their money on the gun.
Shit. Wenatchee?
Wenatchee.
According to the Wenatchee World, before going to the hospital, he had his girlfriend take him to a friend's house so he could drop off the gun. As a 13-time felon, he wasn't supposed to have a gun, according to the newspaper.
See, so why have a holster? Probably could get extra charges.
13-time felon. I have yet to find a picture of this person. I just want to know if he was white because...
Oh, can't find a picture.
Yeah, because...
Shit. Yeah, 13 felonies.
Felons out of prison.
Yeah.
And only 27? 13 felonies by 27? And not in prison?
Yeah, I think maybe he needs an overcorrection.
I mean, I just have questions. That's all I'm saying. So, while undergoing surgery for shooting himself in the testicles, a balloon containing pot slipped out of his anus. I should not be laughing at this.
Oh shit! Wait, and in here, just tangentially going back to Theo Local in the archive chat space, said the library dude they framed, Oswald, Lee Harvey Oswald, got framed.
That's a very popular theory.
I don't know much about the that whole Kennedy business. Like, I know he got his wig split.
Yeah.
And I mean, he should have just went back to Europe instead of running around trying to gallivant on stolen land.
And have sex with Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, go back to Europe, boy.
Yeah, no, that's actually a very popular theory, is that was a frame-up job, and that, like, the CIA did it, or, like, the FBI did it, because he was, like, anti-war.
Yeah, like, I know every time, and Theo Local, you might like the Peter B. Collins podcast. Yeah, like every time the anniversary of old Kennedy getting his dome cracked comes up, Peter B. Collins talks about how he doesn't believe the official story.
Right. A lot of people don't. All right, so back to this story.
Yes, butt
drugs. So this man had balloons full of drugs up his ass and went to the hospital for surgery because he shot himself in the testicles. And during surgery, the balloons started dropping.
That's... Nigga, just say that's... just say, look, I perform at birthday parties. That's my clown poop. Comes out sometimes. Mm-hmm. Can you put that back in there, please?
I just want to know, like, but you stopped at your friend's house to drop off the gun that you weren't supposed to have, but you didn't shit the drugs out? You kept the drugs up your ass?
Also, why do you have balloons and drugs? Like, you're not in prison. Like, just old habits die hard.
I don't know.
It's not. That's what that
and
shit goes
you're in your
on.
girlfriend's car. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, man.
I don't. There's a lot happening here.
Feel sorry for the girlfriend.
I mean, you choose what you choose.
I don't know.
I know. You're more of a misandrist than I am. I know.
Well, in these days, women ain't got a lot of choice.
Celibacy and singlehood is a choice. Just saying. All right, so he's a 13-time felon. He dropped the gun off at a friend's house. He went under surgery because he shot himself in the testicles, and a balloon slipped out of his anus, according to an affidavit. The Chelan County, Chelan.
What's it say? How's it spelled?
Chelan.
Chelan.
Chelan?
That sounds like, again, more slang from Mexico, doesn't it?
Yeah, right. Hi, he's a Chelan, though.
I think it might be Chelan.
Chelan?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
Okay.
I don't know. What part of Washington is this?
I don't know wherever the fuck Wenatchee is.
Yeah, I don't think that's in the lowlands.
I don't know.
This really, to me, sounds like
Florida?
further western Washington, Olympia area behavior. This sounds like some Olympia shit. While you go on, I'm going to look up a map.
Okay. So the Chelan, Chelan County Sheriff's Office was called, and when deputies searched the car, the newspaper says they found a bag of meth. Wait, you put the pot up your ass but not the meth? What the fuck are you doing, my guy? Alright, so they found a bag of meth and his blood-stained jeans he had taken off before going into the hospital. The Wenatchee World reports deputies opted not to arrest Wilson at the hospital, but instead issued a warrant, so he just has to be a white man because they didn't arrest him on the spot, right? That's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
So instead of issuing a warrant on suspicion of second-degree felon in possession of a firearm and unlawful possession of meth. I like how that's unlawful possession of meth, as if there was a law that had lawful possession of meth.
Damn, this shit is like right off the Cascades, Eastern Washington. Oh. And I know that some people would be like, physically, that's not Eastern Washington. Look, buddy, culturally, if it's on the east of the Cascades, that's fucking Eastern Washington.
So it's like the Mason-Dixon line. It's a very firm line.
Yeah, I don't do nuance on that shit. You're on the other side of those mountains, you're in Dolezal land.
Shit.
Yeah, Dolezal is, out of Eastern Washington.
That's probably why she's still alive, is because she's white. So the Wenatchee World reports deputies opted, not to arrest him, so they issued a warrant. He was charged April 16th. According to the New York Post, when he turned himself in...
There you go.
Because you should definitely turn yourself in after you've been a 13-time felon who had a gun and had meth and pot shoved up your ass.
Why are you laughing?
This is like...
Phoenix Leader did not practice this story yet.
No, I did not. So when he turned himself in, he was strip searched at the jail, and
yes.
Can you guess what happens next?
Okay. He strip searched at the jail. Mm-hmm. All right, some balloons done filled out of his bottom.
They did.
Over at the hospital.
Yes.
And we got to the jail, strip search. Mm-hmm. He had some bottle rockets up there.
He had more drugs up his ass.
Did he forget? What the fuck? And how do you forget that? I assume it's like, I'm not comfortable when I have to poop, and poop is supposed to be in that area.
I just want to point out, he was charged on April 16th, so they put the warrant out.
Yeah.
April 18th, 2 days later.
Yeah.
He went and turned himself in and had drugs up his ass. Still, again, I don't know.
Is he not making regular bowel movements?
I don't know.
Like, does he need a stool softener? I think he needs a stool softener.
He needs a lot of things right now, okay?
Jesus Christ.
So Wilson was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance in a correctional facility. He's like a fucking 18-time felon now. Shit. To cap it off, Wilson was recorded calling his girlfriend and telling her not to cooperate with investigators. That recording reportedly led to charges of tampering with a witness. He is currently in jail awaiting trial. So I just want to, just one more time, the trajectory here.
Yeah.
Put drugs up his ass.
Maybe.
Shot himself in the dick.
Allegedly.
Went to the Stopped at a friend's house to drop off the gun he's not supposed to have because he's a felon.
That's the accusation.
Went to the hospital in his girlfriend's car, bleeding all over her shit.
That's a claim.
Had surgery. During surgery, dropped more drugs out of his anus.
That was activism.
Got a warrant put out for the drugs.
Yeah, but that's the deep state. That's the deep state.
Turned himself in and still had more drugs up his ass.
I mean, that's called stick-to-itiveness. Quitters never win.
Why did he not just shit out the drugs and leave them in his friend's house with the gun? Why did he turn himself in with drugs up his ass? What's happening?
Because he wanted his pleading guilty to be performative. Like, hey,
he's performing all right.
I'm a bad guy, and I'm gonna twerk it out of myself. All right? You better work. Get the drugs in your butt. Do your thing. Sashay. Shantae.
Okay,
Yeah.
what Theo say in the comment section?
So also back to Lee Harvey Oswald said that gummit, the dude that got Jack Ruby killed.
Yeah.
But Jack Ruby's a pretty shitty person, right?
Okay.
To my understanding. Like, this is the kind of motherfucker that fucking borrow your records, give them back all scratched up, you know. Jack Ruby was a fucking shithead.
Okay.
Even fucked up 8-track tapes.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, you know, they talked a lot of shit about Rudy Ray Moore. Yeah, very, very, very shitty fucker.
No, Ruby shot Oswald for killing Kennedy. That was like a whole thing.
No, that was Malcolm X that did that. Okay. And Theo Loco said drugs in prison are 5 times as valuable. But then again, he wasn't in prison.
He wasn't in prison.
He was on the streets of Eastern Washington, the mean streets of Eastern Washington, where like, really. Now I think about it's Eastern Washington. They have cops in jeans that can't afford uniforms and are sleeping at the station all day. You're not even gonna get pulled over. Why is the drugs in your butt? Put them in the glove box.
I don't know. I don't know. I have like all the questions about this story. I don't know.
That's a weird bloke.
Right.
That's a weird fucking bloke.
Right.
I think that we may be burning up our hour on 2 stories.
Oh yeah, we definitely fucking are.
We better fit something in. Yes, ma'am. And then we're just gonna have to do shit throughout the week. Yeah. I guess, but you know what? You need to record some swap. You want to record some swap tonight?
Okay.
Do you have anything?
I have one story.
Okay.
Wait, do you want to do one more story or no?
Yes, ma'am.
A serious story or a funny story?
We're serious. This is the wine cellar.
We're serious?
We don't fuck around, okay? All right, we don't do goofy bullshit in the wine cellar.
Really?
I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
What?
You got some great moves, Todd. You dance like a white man, and I love it.
Oh, cool. I love stupid bullshit like this.
All right, wine cellar.
Let me see that bottle.
Which one?
That one.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oof.
Oh, it's all drippy and sweaty and gross.
What?
Ugh. Okay, so a serious story?
Allegedly.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
No, cause, I have a funny one, but I also have, some serious shit.
Yeah, we could, because we'll just have to do it when I get off work tomorrow, or I'll drag you up early and bust a morning wine cellar with you. You don't want to get up and do morning wine cellar?
No.
Why not?
I'm not a morning person, and you know this.
Yeah, but we're bill paying folks, and people they hear it, and then they're like, man, let me hit up that PayPal or Patreon. I like them neckers.
I need one of y'all niggas to come through and hit up the PayPal or the Patreon so I can stay the fuck in bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, because this nigga got to go to work at 5 a.m. If he does wine talk, it's going to be like 3 a.m. Y'all niggas, don't make me have to get up at 3 in the morning to record shit. Don't do it to me. Don't fucking do it to me, fam.
And Theo Loco, yes, that is Captain Morgan's Po Folk Can Afford It rum.
Yes.
Oh, and I've reached another level of blue collar. Folks may have noticed me do this live on this broadcast. Mm-hmm. I didn't need a bottle opener for the beer. I just barehand it now. So now my bottle opener is just an accessory on my keychain.
I like the fact you've reached like Midwest drinking culture status like very quickly, because we have our own distinct drinking culture here.
Yeah, every store is a liquor store.
Yeah, literally.
It's fucking weird as shit. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're gonna get bread, milk, eggs. We could also get eggs as well, but make sure you got the eggs. Don't slack on that.
Don't slack on the eggs.
And also a fucking bottle of Maker's Mark.
Yeah, honestly, because you know what? Because I've always been in the Midwest, so it was always weird to me hearing people from different parts of the country who are like, "What do you mean you can just buy alcohol whenever you want?" Or like, "What do you mean you can just fucking, go to the deli counter and get some cheese and lunch meat and a fucking, bottle of wine on your way out, or like a fucking, like a bottle of vodka." Like the fucking Walgreens sells vodka, people.
And it's serious. Like you can get real fucking booze. You can get Hennessy.
Yeah.
In the fucking grocery store.
Yeah.
And the grocery store. You know what? No, not just every store. Mm-hmm. Every store. Walgreens, nigga. Yeah, Walgreens. You can get medicine and the reason you need medicine in the fucking store.
You can, yeah. Yeah, the local Walgreens, they sell, they put out a new Absolute bottle, the vodka bottle.
Oh,
it's
shit.
Like, that sequin shit they do now where, like, you can rub it and it's, like, a different color one way and you rub it down and it's a different color the other way. Like, on the pillows and shit that they do, I have, like, a notebook.
Oh, yes.
They have an Absolute bottle of that now.
I got an overtime check coming.
Thank you, babe.
All right, so Phoenix Leader's getting a bottle of alcohol as a gift.
Yeah, and it's not even because I like Absolute. I just want the bottle because I'm obsessed with the rubbing the sequins.
Yo.
Yes.
Tally Loco left a comment, and next to Tally Loco's name, it says top fan. So apparently we have that on our Facebook pages now.
Wait, what is a top fan?
I think comments a lot. Huh. So Tally Loco contributes a lot to the discussion, and let's see, this comment says... Barehanded beer. A new release from the wine cellar, Barehanded Beer.
Yeah.
Is that's a brand we're working on?
It could be.
I don't know how to make beer. Oh my god.
I know how to make mead.
Which is also beer.
It's like wine more so, but like a stronger, like it has more alcohol than most wines do. And it's made with fermented honey as opposed to grapes. It's what the Vikings used to drink.
Oh, fuck, so it makes you big and dangerous. Yeah. That's a fact.
Okay. Yeah, I know how to make mead because I'm a fucking nerd.
And Theo Loco followed up and said that's how Louisiana is. Liquor in the grocery store corner, and anywhere. Yeah, like in the Walmarts here, it's part of the grocery area.
Yeah.
It's literally part of the
Yeah, Walmart, Target, local grocery, yeah, everything.
Like you can reach wine and Oreos if your arms are long enough at the same time.
Yeah.
At the Walmart that we typically pass through when we're getting the one where we mostly get toilet paper and cat food from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's like right in the fucking middle.
Yeah.
But like in Florida, like say you have a Publix, and there'll be a Publix grocery store, but like if there's a Publix liquor, you have to go out the grocery store and into another building that's like small and next to it.
Oh yeah, we're not doing all that.
No, you're not.
But you know what? And that's actually one of the reasons that like Al Capone was so successful with the whole fucking prohibition shit is because a lot of immigrants to this area came from countries that had a drinking culture, and that's why like this part of the country has a very strong drinking culture. Like fucking Northern Europeans have a fucking drinking culture, nigga. Yeah. Yeah, like that was the thing. Like that was the first bars that like the Capones and other like mob members put up was like they served beer because these fucking, remember, right, the time, fucking what, like 1920s, 1930s, and everything is shit, and, and like you're working, but like you're working class, right? So you're working like fucking like 15 hours a day, 6 days a week, and you're like from Poland or you're from Germany or wherever, and you want your fucking beer.
And they didn't have Wi-Fi. That's also why it was shitty.
They did not have Wi-Fi. But yeah, those things, like people came, they wanted their fucking beer. They wanted their fucking like old world fucking drinks, and yeah, that was actually one of the reasons Prohibition kicked off here.
And Tally Loco said, because you opened your beer barehanded.
Barehanded beer.
Yeah.
But
it's the beer necessities. All right.
But we make it SJW friendly.
Yeah.
Because we are SJWs. But you make it an easy twist off cap, so even people who have like arthritis and shit can get it open easy.
Oh, you mean like threaded, like a screw?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like make it an accessible, like it's a bare-handed beer because you can get the cap off easy.
Actually, now that I think about it, because I do maintenance work, what I would add, it'd be real simple. It's actually a really simple and cheap addition that you could add to the fucking cap. And really, it would just be like the smallest like little knob or something like that, like a tiny little bar. It could really just be like the length of like the last end from the knuckle to the end of the finger, and that's what gives you leverage.
Yeah.
You know, because that's why wrenches are useful, right? Like you ever go to a screw and try to get it off with your fingers? No, you need a goddamn wrench because you need leverage.
Right.
So that would give you leverage, and then that's how you fight ableism, but yet still promote alcoholism. You see, so
you know, I know a local group of guys. It's a family that owns their own brewing company out here. Like I know the guys that started the Two Brothers.
So let's get some barehanded beer. We're probably not going to make that crack, but it's exciting to talk about it.
It is exciting to talk about it. What?
Yeah. So I'm going to go in and do who knows how many hours tomorrow. Yes. Like right now I'm scheduled 9 hours, but shit could get goofy. Yeah.
All Wait, do we still want to do the serious story?
Shit, yeah, man. I'm all about serious stories. All right, this one that...
And we played the trigger warning, so...
All right, so this one does... And you know what? Even when you say that, that is in and of itself an additional... Warning, yeah.
So Ottawa, Canada, a Sunday school teacher gets 5 years for raping a woman at knife point and threatening to kill the victim's mom and dog.
Kill him.
5 years.
But let's do the story. Well, 5 years.
3 years after she was raped at knife point in her own bedroom, the Ottawa woman still has nightmares. The woman says she blames herself, but, as a court heard Friday, disgraced Sunday school teacher James Stewart is the only one to blame for the June 2016 knife point rapes that left her devastated. Superior Court Michelle Abansawin sentenced Hart to 5 years for unacceptable and deplorable criminal acts. Quote, the sexual acts occurred in the sanctity of her bedroom where she should have felt safe, the judge said in her sentencing, which also requires Stewart to be registered as a sex offender and submit to a DNA sample to the police database. Stewart, 38.
How much you want to bet the fucking church members don't talk about this?
Oh, we're gonna get to the church members. Stewart, 38, was an Army corporal at the time of the assault.
Kirsten Gillibrand, this is your thing. Like, if I was Kirsten Gillibrand's advisor, get on these stories. This is how your name popped.
And look, I'm not even gonna lie, he fucking looks like a rapist. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, if I saw this white man, like, in public, I would move the fuck away from him. He looks like a fucking rapist. Like, I'm not even fronting.
And we can't show it. That camera's just too damn far away. But we will have it linked in the web post. You can see the image.
Of course. So Stewart raped her at knife point in her own bedroom. He pressed a knife to her throat and explained how easy it would be to disfigure her face so no man would want her.
Now, this makes me tangentially go over to... This is something I know. I do... Becky Lives Matter and shit like that, and I critique white feminism as we tend to do, but I do pay attention to white on white misogyny.
Yeah.
And something I've always noticed, way back when I first started doing the program and learning how to use the Face Boost, I was one of those people I would always download and re-upload police brutality videos. And of course, no matter who they were on, because fuck the cops.
Right.
But I always noticed that when white cis male police attack cis white women, they fuck
up their faces
horrifically. Like the coldest one. I mean, the video may still be up on the Father Teresa page, my first page I made, and when he slams her on the ground, you can hear her bones break. You can.
And then doesn't he like lean in on with his knee and shit?
Yeah,
on
he
her
puts
face
his,
and, like,
he puts his
grind it
knee-
in.
Yeah, so like her cheekbone already breaks
Yeah.
and is fractured, and then he puts his knee in the back of her head, full body weight, and grinds the broken bones under her skin on the concrete. Like white men go after white women's faces.
Yeah.
It is fucking ill.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at Tally Local in the archive chat space. Dooba-doo, scoop bop, dibbity-doo, dop-a-doo. Oh damn! Hold up, they're leaving a whole hella comments on there.
Like in comments is happening.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of folks out there
Okay.
leaving comments and whatnot. All right, yeah, but let's take a look. I need to look on this screen. Feel free to bring me back with the story while I get to it.
All right. So, Stuart raped her in her own bedroom, and of course said he would cut her to disfigure her face so no man would want her, because of course he assumed that her entire worth was about other men wanting her. He also threatened to kill her mom and slit her dog's throat in front of her.
White people know how much other white people love dogs.
We played the trigger warning, right?
Shit, here it goes.
He said he cut off her breasts and cauterized the wounds with a frying pan if she told anybody.
I don't even know that word.
Cauterize? Cauterize is when you have something that's like really hot to like close up a wound. So like, I don't know, like you see like action movies or some shit where there's like the hero gets cut and like he puts like a fucking knife in a fire and then like lays it on their skin to like stop the bleeding from the cut, like, you know what I'm talking about? That's cauterizing.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And in the archive chat space, Theo Loco said, Europeans drink more alcohol than water. Legal beer drinking age in Germany is 6 fucking teen. And Tally Loco said, Florida has to put extra steps between its people and its liquor. Keep it safe, Florida.
But vodka makes such good one-on-one crime stories, Tally. Come on now.
And Tally Loco said, wine cellar, less ableism, more alcohol. And Theo Loco is unhappy with this story. Not unhappy that we're covering it, but
it's like this fucked up.
Yeah, saying this is a sick bastard.
Trying to cut off somebody's breast and fucking put a frying pan on them to cauterize that shit, which also is like an extra level of sadism because not only are you like deforming a person, right, by cutting off their breast, like there's that, but also the fact that you're cauterizing the wound means you don't want them to die. You want them to live.
Yeah.
Like, because you're stopping the bleeding. So you want them to live and have a wretched fucking existence until they die. Like, that's like an extra, like, level of the fucking sadism. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up, but I'm also gonna heal you so you can't die from the injuries I gave you. That's a fucking...
And I mean, and if she is in some way related to the church, she's probably Christian folk.
Yeah.
And in Christianity, in suicide is guaranteed going to hell because you can't repent for that sin.
Exactly. So you can't commit suicide. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the violent sex attack, Stewart strangled her, punched her in the face, and declared that her rejection of him meant you are spitting in God's face. Because he was God's gift to her.
Well, I think it's iller than that. Like, men of their religion think they are God. Because, again, like, we don't talk about it much on this program, but this is an atheist program. All right. And something I've been saying that I'm not the only... I
still think ghosts are real.
Huh? Yeah, Phoenix Clear thinks ghosts are real.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Well, shit, man. Get my mother to come on the show. She got some shit to say.
They ain't ready, nigga. They ain't ready for Charlotte. What the fuck? But yes.
And, I think men made their God in their image.
Yeah.
It's like, men are their own gods.
Of course,
if you notice, God apparently always agrees with men. Why is God so patriarchal?
Weird.
Jesus Christ, God.
Because it's not a taino God.
God thinks it's okay to fucking hey, Minnie, you gotta bang a lot of broads. You gotta fucking do it.
You do.
Tally
but you
said,
should stone women to death if they have sex because sluts.
Well, yeah, but then also like you don't want a bunch of little sissified weak men, so they gotta practice with their throwing arm, and what better use? See, that's two birds multiple stones. And there you have it. And Tally Loco said, cauterize that fucking church.
Yeah, we probably fucking should.
Yeah. Wait. Which one was the one in Europe that caught a little fire on it?
Notre Dame.
Okay, so let's start calling it Notre Daming.
Notre Daming.
Notre Daming. All right. So yeah, let's do a little Notre Daming. Yeah, it doesn't flow too well, but I'll work on it.
Yeah, but so apparently he said that she was defying God by not fucking him, so he raped her and threatened to fucking kill her. Because that's, she says, quote, I was crying. I was absolutely terrified. He had both hands on my neck and I couldn't breathe. She said she complied with his demands to undress out of fear. I did not want to do it. I was crying. I just wanted it to stop, she testified. The victim still suffers from nightmares and struggles daily to overcome depression and anxiety. One of the worst effects, she said, in a victim impact statement filed in court, are the triggers at work. I spend every day worrying about when will these small triggers be big triggers? When will I fail to keep a lid on it? When will I lose control? I fight because I love my job. My job is my passion and my joy, and I hate how I have become tainted by this attack.
But he's not tainted.
He's not tainted, just her.
What's her job?
They don't actually say what it is.
Okay.
Because Canada respects rape victims more than America does, and she has a lot of privacy, and you cannot find out a lot of things about this particular victim because they have like rape shield laws, which is, I mean, a good thing. I just, wish America would fucking follow suit. The woman said she feels guilty, as though she was at fault for what happened. She said she has gone through periods where she has hated herself and her inability to handle everyday challenges. And now we get to the church.
Yes.
The blessed fucking church. You fucking saints. An archdeacon and Sunday school staff, because remember, this guy's a fucking Sunday school teacher.
Yes.
The staff filed letters of support in court for the convicted rapist, describing him as, quote, reliable, authentic, friendly, and kind. And also threatened to cut a woman's breasts off, slit her dog's throat, and fucking murder her mother if she told anybody he fucking raped her.
Given those details, he's definitely authentic.
He's definitely authentic.
Yeah, he is a white man of God through and fucking through.
And praise be. They also added he loved animals. You threatened to kill her dog, nigga. I don't even like dogs. I hate dogs. But imagining But you threatened to slit her dog's throat if she told anybody on you. Okay.
5 years. Like, if you think 5 years ago, you were already on this podcast. Right? 5 years before that, Barry Hussein was still president and his hair was already gray.
5 years is a high school experience, and then a year of I don't know what I'm doing with my life. That's 5 fucking years.
5 years.
His defense lawyer, I want to know the name of this motherfucker. I want to know this motherfucker's name. Told the judge that Stewart needed to be spared a lengthy sentence because it would, quote unquote, crush him. Bitch, what? You held a woman at knife point, raped her, threatened to kill her mother, kill her dog, cut her breasts off, and you can't get a long prison sentence because it would crush you? You motherfucker.
And Tally Loco in the archive chat space, because this is in Canada, Tally Loco said, if he was here, he'd already be in Congress at least. At least hanging with Steve Scalise. Or hanging with Roy Moore like the days of yore.
And it be. The judge said the crimes warranted a penitentiary term, saying, quote, it must be clear that violence against women must be recognized as unacceptable. But he only got 5 years. The case was successfully prosecuted by Assistant Crown Attorney Stephanie Donahue. And, of course, the last sentence, the woman's name is protected by a court-ordered publication ban.
Well, Joe Biden is going to overcorrect this. after he gets his hands off the rape victims. Hey. It's the fucking wine cellar.
Yeah.
You knew we were going to say something like that.
We talk mad shit, yo.
Italian Loco pointing out Phoenix had to pour another beverage.
Oh, fuck yeah, nigga. I had to...
Yeah, that's what's going on. Tough way to end an episode.
Yeah.
Gonna go into again, this is that time of the year. The fucking overtime hours are unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
Never know when we're gonna get to do a program. So my idea is just fucking broadcast when we can.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, did everybody eat dinner? Laundry's done.
Okay.
We did our shit. Swept the floor. Put on the new toilet seat. The toilet seat broke because we're blue collar and...
Because it was a piece of shit. What?
Well, yeah. Well, the landlord only gets the finest pieces of shit, though.
Does he?
The finest pieces of shit.
Does he?
Top shelf pieces of shit. But the new toilet seat is on.
Just remember, y'all, it's Monday. White on White Crime is coming soon, and I have a story about a cis identity extremist. Let that give you some hope to make it to Hump Day.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna rock out. Shit is still gonna happen.
Yeah.
And the old tip jar we pass around, paypal.me/Phoenix and William. And there is always the patreon.com/Wine Cellar Media Fund. And with the link with the show, I have the Amazon wish list linked. It's only studio shit.
Yeah.
Like if folks in video can see down there, like that is the interface mixing board. You know, and like some add-ons to that would be useful. Like here where my finger is pointing is a insert for an XLR plug, and if I can get a 3.5 millimeter to XLR, that would be able to help us with bringing in audio clips from other devices. It helps you broadcast better and get shit done faster and smoother.
Yeah.
Like basically, it could reach a point where we don't say things like, you know, the difficulties with live broadcasting, because we'd have so many bases covered.
Right.
That's the fun stuff. 3.5 millimeter to XLR, double-sided. This is cis identity extremist language and electronics. Mail plugs, because you have to call them mail plugs because they're going in something, and that's what men do. They go into stuff.
And that's the chisme.
See? Yep, this is going to be the Negro Chisme show.
Negro Chisme. So you mean Afro-Latino show?
Oh, so it'll finally be your show as it has been for a couple years.
That's not my show! I don't even know how to fucking edit and...
I'll just be a bald-headed engineer. Like, that's what I do. While you do your precious little show. That would be dope, though.
I'm not funny.
I'll jump in when a punchline is needed. You know. But, yeah, you're a broadcaster. A webcaster.
Also, y'all, we're starting Swapcast officially in 2 weeks from now. And,
Wait, does it need a new RSS feed, or can we use the one we've been doing?
Can we just change it to Swapcast?
Yeah, change the name, yeah.
Yeah, Swapcast. I think that's the whole thing.
But I'm still going to have your name in it.
Swapcast with Phoenix Kalita. Fine. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but no, so, to talk about, like, sex work activism, because there's just not, like, a lot of podcasts discussing that. And so, you know, I talked to the rest of the SWAT board, and they agree that we should probably have this podcast, so that's going to be happening. And about 2 weeks from now, I'm going to start recording with other board members to be like, oh, who are you? What do you do on the board? What does your activism look like? And so on and so forth, as well as covering sex worker rights and so on and so forth. So, yeah, Swapcast is happening.
All right. And Phoenix is doing a very important event out in Chicago. And you're making orders?
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday, going down. And there might be an elected official there.
There might be an alder person there, from what I've heard.
Indeedly do, neighbor. I think I may have said alderman on a program. Yeah, I don't like gender.
I think it's an alderman because I think the person is actually a male, but, you know, older person, whatever. But, yeah, it's an alderman.
Yeah, I prefer to say it that way. Congressperson, critter, Senate scum. You know, keep it gender fucking neutral. You know,
anybody can be scum if they try hard enough.
As we started the show with. Well, fucking, as everything we talk about. All right, Tally Loco. apparently a top fan on winecellarmedia.com.
Who knew?
Negro Cheese May, Nigga Cheese. Can we end the episode, please?
That's
Facebook's live. You're out of there, buddy.
That's nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. It's nacho money, nacho money. Remember Oaktown 357? Nacho money, nachos. I said it ain't your money. Hey, stop doing that. Smart device over there. All right, and YouTube, you better get the hell on from around here.
You should probably do that, yeah.
All